Oh, no game. Where's my game? One moment, please. Oh, there it is. It's just popped in. Hey, peeps. Welcome back to another FoxyNoTail live. Oh, jeez, there's a train. I forgot there's a train here. Thanks, train. How's everybody doing? What's going on? It's been a couple of weeks because lots of reasons, really. But we'll get into that in a minute. First of all, I want to make sure everything's working. Seems to be. We're getting Twitch and YouTube chat going. Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? And I'm sure you can not hear any game sound at the minute because there's none playing. Could be better, says Phoenix Slayer. Oh dear. Doesn't sound very good. Mitz says evening. Hi Mitz. How you doing? What's going on, Mitz? Music is good. Good. Excellent. It's all working nicely. No music, so turn it up. SC Gamer O. Mr. P. Bonbon says hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. NoTail, says Thunder Archer. Hello. Right, well, I said a couple of weeks ago I would stream every Wednesday, but the time might vary. And then I didn't stream the following Wednesday, and I didn't stream yesterday, but I'm streaming today. I also didn't put a video out last week, and there might not be one this week, although I am working on it. You see, what's happened was... I'm having work done at the house, and there's a guy coming 3 days a week, and it's noisy having worked at the house. At the moment, my bathroom is currently in the garden, and there's a new one going in because it was leaking and all sorts of problems with it. So it's a bit tricky to do talking on a video. But the good news is it has meant that I've been able to be working on my Mob Heads add-on, which has now been uploaded to the marketplace. Whether or not they'll let it go through, I don't know, but at least I've done it. So we'll see how it's going. That's for Bedrock Edition, by the way. So, where are we up to? We're supposed to be working on this mine shaft, aren't we? But I'm actually currently working on landscaping this area. We've got a new building here. Spoilers for the episode coming up. And I'm going to have a train station over here at some point. But at the moment, I'm supposed to be working on doing this landscaping. It's all looking very flat and boring at the moment. And I was going to do that. In fact, no, I'm going to do that tomorrow when there's banging and clanging going on at home because I don't need sound for a replay video. So we're going to work on the mine shaft, peeps. Oh, joy. Everybody's favourite thing, the mine shaft. It's a very nice floor, says Thunder. It's a very flat. It's noisy and flat at the moment, but it will get there. I'm sure at some point or other it will get there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe. That's the idea. That's the plan, but will it ever happen? Who knows? Let's get rid of all this junk because we're going to need space for all the other junk we're going to need. Shove it all in here. Did I just see drip? Why have I got dripstone? I don't need dripstone. Dripstone living here, bro. Not even building with dripstone. Don't know. Oh, geez, that's a lot of grass. That's a lot of grass. Grass. Wow, what an exciting stream already. Just sorting out my inventory. I've been busy today working on... oh, it's full again. Working on this episode. All right? Jeez, give me a break. It's not my fault. Well, it kind of is my fault. But apart from that, it's not my fault, okay? And that's the last I'll hear about it from you lot. Foxy, advice from a plumber. Stay away from copper with any water. Sewage is okay, but it's not healthy to have water pipes copper, even though they're prettier. I think that's just how the house is built. The bits that go to the taps and the sink and everything is all plastic, which I don't agree is any better because plastic's full of chemicals and all sorts of compounds that we don't like. But I'm not having the whole house replumbed. That'd cost many money and have to take all the walls out. Then my whole house would be in the garden. Not going to happen. Susie Q says, afternoon, folks. It's been way too long since I've seen you on Twitch. Welcome back. Sorry I missed your last few. How are you? I'm all right. I think, broken my toe. I'm sure you're thinking, well, if you only think you have, you probably haven't. And you're probably right. But I stubbed it so hard the other day that I couldn't walk for 3 days. And now it's still black and swollen. So I think it's broken, but I can walk now. So that's okay, right? Should be all right. What more do you need from a toe other than to occasionally be able to walk on it? It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. First time catching the live stream, Foxy, says Crush Clips. Good. Please play Rust sometime. It's a really nice game. I don't have time to just play games I'm not really interested in. I will play games that I am interested in, like Star Wars Outlaws. I've played and completed that already because that was amazing. But yeah, I don't really take recommendations for games, only because I, generally speaking, don't have the time to just put into loads of games, which is frustrating. But also, it's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Not as we know it, Captain. If you know that reference, you're probably as old as I am. Or you go to a lot of birthday parties with people as old as I am. I'm going to need a lot of slabs and a lot of stairs. Oh, geez, it's preparing stuff time again. I'm going to need a lot of layers. I don't think we used layers, actually, last time, but I'm making them anyway. I need, we've got some cobble slabs, but not enough. You should make flywheels move on trains as part of your mod. There is a mod for that. I'm not sure if it's available for fabric or if I need it, but I might look into it. There's a whole bunch of create add-ons that do all sorts of crazy things. I don't need or want them all, but there are some ones I haven't got that I would like. Right, I think is it Dreams and Desires or one of those that does that? I can't remember. I need dark oak, stripped dark oak logs, which I've got loads of. There should be more in here as well. There is. This is good news. Let's empty this out. Let's chuck all the bark in the bark box. What am I going to do with all this bark? Apart from turn it into paper, I suppose. Shove all of that in there, and we should, with all of that, be just about good to go. Start building stuff in our lovely little mine shaft. Get them. Oh, a bit short of cobble there. Let's get a bit more cobble. Bit more. There we go. That should be plenty of cobble. Get some slabs. Get some stairs. Get some lanterns. Get some other types of lanterns. Rope. Rope. We use rope in the mines, don't we? Let's grab some rope. What else do I use? Is that it? I think that's about it. Can't remember. Oh, fences. Fences. I've got 170. We're all good. Almost 3 years of Prime sub says Amemia. Hey, Amemia, how you doing? Subscribing with Prime for 34 months. That's amazing. Wow, how have you not missed one, considering I didn't even stream for like a year? Amemia, that's incredible. Well done. And the reason that's incredible, because although technically they're free subs, because if you've got Amazon Prime, then you get Twitch Prime Gaming, which means you get free subscriptions to your favorite streamer. You have to manually do that every month. So that's why it's a very good effort. I'm quite pleased with that, Amemia. Done me proud there, son. Not your son. He might be. You don't know. Hi, Foxy. I'm looking you from France. You must have a good telescope. See me all the way from France. Wow, that's impressive. I can't see you, though, so it's also kind of creepy. A bit. I'm sorry. It's not really creepy. I know you'd mean you're watching from France. That's fine. Amelia says, honestly, I don't know. We're certain I'd missed it by a couple of days, but seems to have kept the streak. That's amazing. Time Hatter says, hey, I found your videos. Haven't been able to stop watching them. They're so good, especially this new series. Love the storyline. Thank you very much. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Right, I'm going to start this time. Instead of just doing it bit by bit, I'm just going to put in loads of the supports. Oh, how tall do they need to be? I've forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it across. And then we'll come back and do the other bits. Yeah, that's nowhere near tall enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Moron. But I've got efficiency on my axe now. That was a game and a half. I can't wait to edit that. Jeez, that was an absolute nightmare. But I'm not going to tell you about it because you'll have to watch the video, which will hopefully be out on Sunday if I can finish it, if my house isn't too noisy for the rest of the week. Recently, I found myself thinking in the Foxy voice responding to myself, says Legion V. I'm sorry about that. I do apologise. That can't be much fun for you. Is it 4? Yeah, it's a gap of 4. I'm pretty sure it's a gap of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, maybe? Although if it's technically there, that's 5. But then if it's on a slope, it probably needs a bit of extra room. I don't think that'll be high enough. So let's get rid of that. Dig these out a little bit more. Lovely. How do you get the ideas for your build, says Carlo. Do you know what? That's probably one of the most stressful things to have to do as a Minecraft YouTuber, is just come up with build ideas. And I should, if I was sensible, I would plan ahead and, you know, think about it beforehand, which I do normally at the start of a series or the start of a new area, but it soon goes out of the window as things change. And then I just get totally flummoxed. Like today's one, had absolutely no idea what I was going to do, so I just thought, I'm going to do it like the rest of the buildings in this area and hope for the best. So that's my secret. It's just, that'll do. 1, 2, 3 at the bottom one. Ah, stop it! Ow, ow. I think that's tall enough. We'll find out when he comes back. Just a natural progression in the steady descent into madness that we all love and enjoy, says Legion V. Yeah, basically. To be fair, descent into madness is giving me a lot of credit. I think I made it there a long time ago. I think it's flatlined at this point. I don't think it's getting worse. I think it's as bad as it's going to be. But there's, you know, it's like you can't really go lower than rock bottom, can you? So it's all good. I'm not sure that one's going to be tall enough because of the hump. Ow. Come on, train, I need you to come past so I can see. I mean, no, you don't have a world with a copy of every build you've ever done. No, I don't. I've hardly got anything in the test world for this world. Hardly anything. In fact, I can't remember if I've got... I think I've got a test world. I must have. Will Foxy die by train today? And well, I normally stop it, don't I? I think that would be a sensible thing to do. Would be to stop it. Because it is kind of annoying getting run over constantly. A bit. Ow. It's also quite annoying jetpacking into the ceiling. Bedrock breakers say otherwise going below rock bottom. Wow, okay, alright. You bring Minecraft into it. That's cheating. That's cheating. Not allowed to do that. That feels a bit wide, that one. I think... Where's the train gone? Free cam. Can we see? Oh, there it is. Come in. It's coming. Quick, go back. Made it. I think it made that one. It was very difficult to see. I'm going to assume it did. Somebody with a name that's in Cyrillic says, for ordinary people, building in Minecraft is easy. You find a beautiful place, build a box, add details more, and then you need to stop playing Minecraft for 2 months again. I wouldn't say it was easy. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Find somewhere that already looks semi-nice that you think you could add to rather than take away from. If it's too nice, like, oh, that's too nice, I'm not building there. I'll make a dog's dinner of that lovely looking place. Is train coming back yet? I need to see. When will a new video release, says Ivor? Hopefully on Sunday. That's the plan. Whether or not it'll happen or not, I don't know, but that's my little plan. Okay? Do my best. Come on. Oh, no, you stopped for cobblestone. You're infuriating, sir. Come on. He made it. Excellent. Good. No banging of the villager's head. That means he's not going to die. That's good news. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we get away with it at that point. Maybe, possibly. We'll soon find out. Well, basically, we're never going to finish this because I'm going to be moving on. I'm hopefully going to be finishing this whole area in the next episode so we can move on to a new area. Although technically I'll be doing the train station in the one after. So that's my plan, which means this is probably going to be the last live stream in this area. So we're not going to get this finished. And I'm okay with that. I think that's okay. He's doing his job, don't blame him for his stops. Who are we talking about now? Oh, I was all hyped last Sunday, but no Foxy sad times. Luckily, he's still posted. Yeah. I got a lot going on. Greetings, ye old zero-tailed fox of crafty minds and creative thoughts. How have you been? How are you now? How will you be in the future? Yes, I expect it in the future. I'm just going to answer okay to all of those, and then I don't, you know, it's not too specific then, is it? And then if if it's not right, then I was like, well, I'm missing both of my legs and one arm sort of hanging off, but I'm all right. I'm okay. Otherwise, that seems fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine. See, I'm working the system there. Who are you calling old man, Light Slab? Wow, rude. Yeah, you need to stop, Train, because I'm going to end up dead, aren't I? Tried going to the zoo this week, all by myself, spent a bunch of money on train tickets, couldn't get on the train, I got stung by a wasp and then went home. Lots of things for me, oh dear. Oh, well, at least you tried, that's the main thing. That's the main thing, is you gave it a go. See, I wouldn't have done. There's no way I'd have go to the zoo on my own. I'd be like, no, I'm going when someone will come with me. And it's not because I'd be like scared of getting there or getting lost or anything. It's just I don't like being on my own. Don't want to be oh. Huh, okay, yeah. We can't have any here because there's that bit there. Right. Right, in that case then, we've got to the next one. So let's smash everything to bits up until this point here. Seems like a reasonable compromise. What's your favourite Minecraft wood type? I really do love dark oak, but I think spruce is better for building in general. And it says, did he notice your gift subs? Did somebody do gift subs? I'm so sorry. I still haven't got alerts yet. Yes, Susie Q. Wow. 5. Thank you so much, Susie. That's amazing. If your name is Ermal, Lucky, Lorato, Resident Dog, or Snowy Horned Owl, please give Susie a huge big thank you. And thank you very much, Mitz, for pointing it out. Also, Susie's on a train by the sounds of things. Right, we're going to smash this wall to bits then. And the ceiling and everything else. It's fun smashing stuff to bits time, peeps. It's your favourite time of day. Let's just get into it. Let's just smash it all to bits and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? How hard could it be? Oh, this is... Why is this song in my playlist? It's a bit weird. I shall get rid of it. This is not stream song. This is weird. Gone. Play next one. Peyton says, love you, Foxy, with $4.99. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat there. You peeps are all so generous. This is a bit of a weird stream one as well. And get rid of this. What's going on with this music? What on earth is happening? No, we don't want boring. We want fun. Or a bit of lo-fi, apparently. I'm happy with a bit of lo-fi. I don't mind a bit of lo-fi. I wish I could mine faster while I was not on the floor. Strip birch is nice, says Mitz. It can be. It can be. Not my favourite. Might sound a bit weird, but I really like strip birch, says Carlo. I guess that was what Mitz was responding to. I'm going to give strip birch a solid meh. It's probably better than some of the other strip woods. But it's just a solid meh for me, okay? That's where I'm going to leave that one. I really like mangrove, says Ivor. Do you know, I'm not a fan of mangrove. I think it goes really nicely for like roofing stuff, the stripped mangrove particularly. I don't really like the outside of the wood. I think it looks really nice as like a piece of cooked meat on a spit, but that's the only use I've seen for mangrove. But then I'm not a fancy builder, so you know, I don't tend to experiment with blocks I don't know very well, and to me mangrove's still new. Because I've been playing Minecraft that many years. Mangrove, oh that's that new wood, isn't it? What about bamboo? Yeah, well, that's really new. That was like yesterday, bamboo. Love it when people make gradients with wood. I don't like gradients. They do look good, but I don't like gradients don't exist in real life. You don't look at a building and go, oh, that's got a nice gradient. Why do people do it in Minecraft? I know it does look fancy, you're right, but it's just like, stop it. You don't need to do it. Stop building with gradients. You're making everyone else look bad. I like gradients I've done before on, in particular, my Truly Bedrock Season 2 series had a plateau that I was building on, and that was all gradiented with like basalt going into stone and stuff. And I do it like if there's a fire pit, if I've got like an area with lava at the bottom, I'll throw some black stone in and then some dripstone, and I'll make the walls look lighter. But that's like smoke charred. Unless you live next to a furnace, how likelihood is your building on your house is not going to be smoke charred from the bottom upwards. So it's almost like you're trying to add in ambient occlusion, but ambient occlusion already exists in the game. So I don't know. I genuinely don't see the point in it, but it does look nice. Not knocking it, not looking at builders that use it, because it does look nice, but I just personally don't see the point. I think you'd make fancy looking building without gradients. Or fancy looking anything without gradients, really. And that's where I'm sticking with that. Hey Foxy, long time since I've caught one of your lives. Hope you're well, says Mark Simcock. I am at the moment, thank you very much. Apart from having a bit of a poorly foot, but that's my own fault. Shouldn't go around kicking walls, should I? Not that I did it on purpose, but that's the crux of it. The wall got in the way of where I was putting my foot, and the wall won. Apart from that, everything's good. It's all gravy, as they say. They haven't said that for years. Might have done. Might have said it recently, but we just didn't hear it. One of those, you know, trend-setting pop star people that people listen to. Kardashians, I don't know, are they still popular? How old are you? Shut up. Leave me alone. I don't know much about pop culture, okay? It's not my fault. That looks weird. I'm going with it. We're rolling with it, peeps. Ow! Stop it! That's the best way to build Joker, says Moonfox. Oh, Joker. It's weird that when I build in survival, I build like I'm building in real life. Is the wall okay, though, says Mitz. It is. It's fine. Didn't even feel it. Didn't even feel it. There was me, like, needing an ibuprofen and some paracetamol and a bandage around my toe, and the wall's just like, meh. Did something happen? Sassy wall. How's that looking? That's looking okay, I think. I don't want to go over the top with it. I think that looks fine. We need some fences and some lanterns and some rope. Stick a few fences where they're going to fit nicely. I think we'll have one there, maybe a couple down there, possibly. Maybe throw one in here for fun. Why not? It's almost like you're doing it on purpose, sir. Have you seen Create New Age? Oh, have you used it? Yeah, I've had it installed on both my mod packs, but to be honest with you, the things in it, I don't really like all that much. I tried it in my previous series and it crashed my world completely. I have got it. I think I've got it. Have I got it on this world? Maybe I didn't put it on this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, I have got it. But I don't know. We'll get into that later on in the series, I'm sure, because, you know, it's something interesting to do on video. But I'm not convinced. With lanterns. That's what we need. We need some ones that's not slabs. That's not a slab. And that's not a slab. Lovely. Any update on the display links? I figured you might have been tinkering with those during your time away. No, they don't work. They just don't work. Display links for stations don't work on Fabric the same way they do on Forge, which is mighty frustrating, but to be honest with you, it's one of those things where it was nice for a video. I don't really care, and to be honest with you, the engagement I had with Mr. Beardstone over it was much more fun than sticking in a display link anyway, so for me, video is a success. That's fine. I'm happy with that. It would be nice if they worked the way they intended to, but especially considering I'm going to be building transport systems between the different villages. But you can't have everything, right? Just can't have it all. Any plan for an updated Create storage showcase vid on what's more on Streamline will be super helpful? There's no plans for it yet, but it is a very good idea and I should probably think about it. So, yeah, I should do. Thing is, it's one of those... It might do well because the last one I did about it did well, but it also, because I've already done one about it, might not do well. And... it's at the moment it's like, oh, what risks do I want to take with my channel? What things do I want to do and what don't I want to do? What am I happy with experimenting with and what am I not? Because at the moment, fingers crossed, touch wood, things are still going well. Things are going better than they ever have been before. Well, this time last year was technically better because I was growing like crazy, but it's still, you know, riding high on that wave. So I don't really want to fiddle with it, so we'll see. But you're right, it does need doing, so it'll probably happen. Okay, all right, is that enough? Have I quenched your thirst for that answer to the question? Do you watch any other Create YouTubers? If so, who? I watch Mr. Beardstone. I watch whenever Charles does one of his, hey, they added this to Create Mod. I occasionally watch a bit of Skeege and a bit of... I used to watch a lot more Stam than I do now, but I think that's just a time management thing. Because I really like Stam's stuff. Yeah, I watch a bit of Skeege. Little bit of Rage. But not masses. Not masses, to be honest with you. It's not like... I mean, what Mr. Beardstones, I watch every one, but because I suppose at the moment we're relatively connected with certain things that are going on, so... makes sense to keep up to date with each other. But yeah, the other ones are sort of like, if I've got a few minutes and there's nothing else that's on my playlist that I'm desperate to watch, then I'll stick one of those on. Why not? I know those guys. I'm doing that thing where I'm concentrating and not talking again, aren't I? Sorry, my bad. Sometimes you just got to concentrate, though. It's just the rules. Don't blame me. It was Mitz's idea to concentrate. The JoJo's. Oh, yeah, JoJo's. Well, of course. Yeah. Checked out quite a few of his stuff. Oh, and Polar. I watched whenever he does hey, they've updated this mod or they've done this with Create or whatever. I watch those. I've got such an awful memory. I was like, who do you watch? I don't know, I can't remember. Just say names I recognise, it'd be fine. No one would notice. No one would pick up on it. Would you be able to make a world download for mobile Bedrock players? No, you can't download Java Edition worlds on Bedrock. There are some conversion things, but there's no equivalent to the blocks and the items that's in Create Mod that exists for Bedrock, even though there are technically Bedrock Edition versions of Create. They are not the same and they wouldn't translate across a download or a conversion system. So no, sadly. Stop it. Sorry. The reason why Hermitcraft can do it, if you go, oh, Hermitcraft do it, but they're plain vanilla. So the blocks translate because they exist on both versions. This a heavily modded Let's Play like this, just no way it'll work. You just have an empty... You go to each area that I built in, and because I build with very, very few vanilla blocks, although this area would probably be okay, yeah, it would just be... all my builds would disappear. Who do you watch? Create Mod YouTubers? Yes, basically. Yeah, I don't watch hardly... In fact, I don't think I watch any vanilla Minecraft YouTube anymore. I will, like, if it's the start of Hermitcraft or something like that, I'll check that out just to see what the gimmick is this year. But I would sort of fall off after a few episodes, really. Because no offense to them, they're great YouTubers, but I just lose interest. I'm not interested in vanilla Minecraft at the moment. I'm really into the modded side of things, so you watch what you're interested in, don't you? And at the end of the day, time's precious, so you fill it with the things that are mostly useful to you, I guess. It's the best way of putting that. It's not the best way of putting that. It's the best way I could think of. All right? Jeez. Get off my back about it. What's your favourite thing in your recording studio? Oh, okay. That's a good question. My camera, probably. Although I hardly ever use it for what it's actually intended for, taking photos and things like that. I love it. It's a very nice camera. It's taken some lovely photos. It's the one that I'm webcamming with right now. I don't know, probably that. My PC's obviously nice, but I'm planning on, don't tell it because it'll start breaking, but I'm planning on replacing it pretty soon because I'm really looking forward. I don't know, I just feel like I want the latest and greatest when the whole new season of like PC parts come out, when Intel's next generation comes out and when the next generation of NVIDIA RTX cards comes out. I probably won't because I'll look at the cost of it and go, oof, that's expensive. But I feel like at the moment I really want to splurge on a incredible new system. But I think when I price it up, it's going to be more than I want to spend. Shiny new things. Yeah, there's not many. The thing is, right, like, I don't spend much money because I'm not interested in a lot. I don't have any hobbies really that cost me money. I'm not interested in fashion, so I don't spend money on clothes. I've just, like I said right at the beginning of this stream, if you were here for that, I started spending money on my house because I've lived here for 10 years and never done anything with it, and it's slowly been falling to pieces. So, you know, I'm going to be spending a fair old whack on getting that all fixed up. But I don't generally buy a great deal for myself. So, and one of the biggest reasons for that is because I'm one of these that's, oh, there's two versions of the new iPhone. Okay, there's a normal one and a Pro one. I want the Pro one. But you don't need it. I know I don't need it, but I want it because it's the Pro one, you know. And so if I spend something, it's generally quite expensive. So I don't do it very regularly. So to me, the thing I use most is probably my PC, and I think it makes sense to have a good one. There's a few things in life I think you should spend good money on. One of them is a bed. You always make sure you've got an expensive bed because you spend half of your life in it, and the wonders it can do for your back compared to other type of bed, or a cheap bed is just doesn't bear thinking about. If you're doing a lot of computer work or YouTubing or something, make sure you've got the best tools for the job. You know, if you're a builder, make sure you've got the best hammers and screwdrivers and whatnot. If you're a YouTuber, make sure you've got the best PC. Don't be held back adding to extra time and workload to yourself just because you want to save a few quid on something. Save up and get yourself something good. If you're a hobbyist, yeah, go cheap to practice until you're really into it or you're doing it for your job. That's my theory. Foxy is the very epitome of affluence. I don't have time to Google all of those words. I think I know what they mean, but would you like to just explain what you mean by that so that I don't have to look silly? It sounds like you're going, Foxy's a really rich guy, because that's not quite the case. Foxy's just wise with his money. Foxy doesn't spend money on junk he don't need. Foxy doesn't buy scratch cards. Foxy doesn't drink any alcohol hardly. But Foxy doesn't waste money on things that, oh, that looks nice, I'll have one of those. Foxy doesn't spend money on Temu and buy crap that just lasts 5 minutes and you have to send back or replace. You know. Yo, first stream, says Proc to Baturn 69. Sweet. Welcome. You represent wealth and classiness. Right, okay. I wouldn't say I'm a wealthy person. I just, like I say, you know, you don't have to earn a lot of money to save a lot of money. As long as you earn more than you spend, which is really easy to do if you're happy to live a really cheap lifestyle, then you should be able to save a decent amount of money. Look at pensioners. Pensioners have got loads of money. Pensioners are absolutely riddled with cash because they can't spend it, and everywhere they go, they get a discount. So, you know, be like a pensioner. And I'm generalizing here. I know not all pensioners are riddled with cash, but I think they're like, it's been on the news recently in the UK. I don't normally get into politics, and I'm going to avoid it like the plague because I don't want to have an opinion. But it's been in the news about our new Prime Minister taking the winter fuel payments off old people. Basically, they used to, or they still do at the moment, give old people extra money at winter time to help pay their bills. But all of the old people have come out of the woodwork going, well, we just put ours towards our holiday next year and stuff like that. Because they don't spend any money. Not all of them, some. I'm generalizing very much so to prove my point. It's not an accurate point. I don't stand by it. It won't hold up in court. Don't hold it against me. It was more of a joke than anything else. Jeez, I wish I'd said nothing. Have you checked out Satisfactory since it went 1.0? No, nope. Not interested in Satisfactory. I tried it a long time ago, and I thought, do you know what I don't like? I don't like 3D factory building games. I like 2D ones. I like Minecraft because it's part of Minecraft, but I don't like 3D. I don't like the whole first-person shooter or third-person shooter, but we're doing intricate building and things like that. Games that are designed for console shouldn't have intricacies and like things that you need to point at specifically, in my opinion, because I'm not very good with a controller. Ooh, lanterns. I haven't been doing my lights. You ain't stuck any lights down for a while. Not a slab. Ooh. I couldn't resist that urge and recently spent £2,600 on a new PC. Though, like you, I really spend money on stuff, so I decided to treat myself. Yeah, why not? If you can afford it and you're not getting into debt, I would never do it if it meant borrowing money. Don't do it. Don't borrow money. Borrowing money is the worst thing you can do. Only buy what you can afford. And if you've got yourself into a situation where you're already borrowing money to pay stuff off, do your best to get out of it. Don't spend anything. Be as cheap as you can, because being in debt is the worst thing you can ever be in. It's awful, and it's so hard to get out of. Why do you do the voice? I don't know. Habit. Because I'm a bit nuts, I suppose. It's by basically saying, why do you breathe? I don't do it on purpose. It just happens. Wait, are you telling me Foxy isn't actually a fox? Yep. Believe it or not. Not a fox, never been a fox. Don't think I'm a fox. I've no affinity with foxes, no affiliation with foxes. There's just picked the name that just happens to include a fox in the name. Hey Foxy, what's better? A red apple or green apple? Red apples are sweeter, aren't they? Green apples, great for cooking, but a little bit sour. I suppose it depends on the type. I like a Granny Smith, they're normally green. And what's the other type? What's the other popular apple type that's generally quite green but tastes nice? But apples normally, red ones are normally a bit sweeter, I think. Are you doing a time-lapse of that tunnel? Probably. I didn't for the last couple of streams I did, but I am doing a replay of it. I mean, recording a replay at the moment, so I can do if I need to, but I'd only do that if I needed, like, filler content. Thank you very much, Memi, for being a member as well for 23 months. Jeez. Dang, almost 2 years over here too long. Memi, you're crazy. But I love it. Carry on. Carry on being crazy. Don't stop on my accord, you know. Just crack on, mate. Green apples are great for ruining the design of an apple, says it's turtle time. 200k special, Foxy in a fox outfit for a stream. Absolutely not. No, I already get way too many comments and questions going, are you a furry? No, I'm not a furry. I don't know. No offense. I think anybody that actually genuinely thinks they're an animal is insane. I'm not a furry. I'm not an animal. I don't think I'm an animal. I don't want to be an animal. I'm just a bloke that plays Minecraft, that picked a silly name and wishes he didn't. Really, really wishes he'd picked a name like Mr. Beardstone or anything other than what I picked, because I am sick of being asked, are you a furry? I have parts for a new computer, but I couldn't get myself to build it yet. A small request. Please give me the motivation to build it already. I need to figure. Hey, if you've got the bits and you haven't built it, you don't need it. Sell the bits, put them on eBay or sell them somewhere locally or get rid of them. If you haven't built it yet and you've got them, you don't need it. You've wasted your money. Send it back. That is a totally wasted, load of money that you've spent. Or just, build it. It's up to you. If you want it, if you can afford it, great. But chances are, you bought it and you don't need it, it's a waste of money. That's what I'd say to my kids. And I stand by it. Modern PC building is like Lego for adults these days. It is, but it's very expensive. Although I suppose Lego is very expensive as well. Yeah, and the likes of Linus Tech Tips and people like that don't really help, do they? With their, hey, look how easy it is to build a PC. You can build a PC at home right now. Oh, yeah, let's go and buy 10 grand's worth of computer bits and see if I can do it. Why not? Just give it a go. I don't need it, but I'm going to spend all that money apparently because I'm insane. Mr. Not a Furry, new YouTube channel name idea. It's not that catchy. Stop it. Oh, it's my time-lapse music. I like this one. When I used to do the time-lapses with to the music, this was one of my favourite ones to do it to, because it like goes did, which is fun. It does what? It goes did. Shut up, leave me alone. Is YouTube your main job or just a hobby? It's my main job. It's what I do for work. Fortunately, I'm in a position where I can completely cover the costs of everything I need to spend by just playing Minecraft on the internet, as well as several other things I do for money. Like the Minecraft Marketplace, which brings in a steady amount of money now, which is lovely. That's nice. Wait, you stopped doing time lapses to music? I thought you still did that. I do replay mod now, which is why I moved over to Fabric, really. But I haven't done the, edit each... stop it! Clip to the beat for a while. And I did enjoy doing that, but they took so long. Like, it would take several hours just to, not to record it, just to edit one time lapse. It was so hard work. Like, going through all that footage and getting every single, block placement to the beat and speeding stuff up and slow. They looked great afterwards, but it's one of those things. Oh, well, that looks fancy. Yeah, that's nice, but no one really cares. No one's going to not watch your video because it doesn't have that in it, So there's certain points where you're like, okay, you need to focus on quality and have high quality in things that you do. But is that quality actually making a difference to your channel? Is it growing the channel? Can you add quality in somewhere else that would be more attractive to viewers than just doing a funky time lapse that most people aren't going to even notice, how long it took you and the effort. They're not going to recognize the effort put in anyway. They're just going to go, oh, that was a nice time lapse, So as much as I did enjoy them and they were fun and they did look good, I don't think they're worth the effort. Time versus quality, it's an old equation, says Lights Lab. Yeah, absolutely. I wish games companies would consider that. Instead of announcing that you've got a game coming out in 3 years' time and then it being 3 years late, just make your game, make it work, and then be like, oh, look, we've got this game that works. It took us 20 years, but it actually works. Oh, that's modern and novel. A game that's just come out that works 100%. Yeah. We thought we'd give it a go. No one's ever done it since the like cartridge game days before the internet. But once we got the internet, we didn't have to worry about games actually working because we just patch it 3 months after release once people had spent all their money. I thought you were roughly 25 years old, but you're around 35. I'm surprised. I wish I was around 35. Thank you very much. That's a nice compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm around 35. Uh-huh. First time seeing you live. Love your videos. Greetings from Germany, says Janik. Hello. Yannick, I suppose. Not Janik. Sorry, my bad. God, I don't speak French, mate. He's German. Oh, yeah. Congrats, guys. Have fun with this game. It came out that breaks your whole system immediately, says Dat Foxy Boy. Oh, somebody claiming that Minecraft broke their computer and then don't like it no more. Oh, no. I don't think it was Minecraft that broke your computer. If Minecraft broke your computer, there was something wrong with your computer, bro. Just saying. Not trying to be mean or anything. Not trying to be that guy, but... sounds like the poor workman blaming his tools there. Gonna be level 50 next month, says Tukey. Yeah, I'm not that old. Wow. Are you like being Fox? Yep. It's great. It's the best thing I ever did. Did you figure out how to get your train display boards working? No, it doesn't work on Fabric, apparently. The way it does on Forge. It just don't work, mate. It's broke. So you do the subscriber voice without... out in the real world too? No, it's a habit I picked up when I'm, I guess, playing Minecraft. I do it at home. I do it at home when I'm on my own, and apparently I do it while I'm streaming and I do it while I'm recording. It's not a conscious thing I do, but no, I don't do it while I'm out and about. Although that would be quite funny. I wish I had Instamind over here. Oh, I got it there. Oh, well, the next section's going to be okay then. Stupid question. How much RAM do you have and how much of it is allocated to Minecraft? I have 96 gigabytes of RAM available on this PC. And I have, I think, 8 or... yeah, I think 8 allocated to Minecraft. It doesn't actually need that much, and it really doesn't make that much of a difference once you get to a certain point. Your CPU makes a lot more difference for playing a modded game as long as you've got enough RAM. At one point I had 16 allocated, but it really didn't make any difference, didn't help. In fact, it just caused big old lag spikes. So... I would probably get away with 4, but I think that might be a little bit janky sometimes. The server that this is running at has got 4, because there's only 8 available on the server's only got 8 gigabytes of RAM in the first place. And it's running perfectly smoothly, doing everything it needs to do. There's no lag, there's no latency issues. Foxy, are you English? Yep. No, I just choose to speak English because it's more popular. No, yeah, I'm English. British, actually, if we're going to be correct about things. Thank you, whatnot. 8 gigabytes of Minecraft is overkill. The issue with Minecraft is multi-threading. I think the game can only address 4 cores max. Yeah, definitely, 100%. That's why I said it's, you know, ends up coming down to your CPU. And to be honest with you, single core performance is far better for Minecraft than multi-core performance because most of the stuff happening on it is happening on a single thread. Chunk loading now is multi-threaded, but it's not really chunk loading that's the big killer, because once you loaded the chunks, they're not having to really do a great deal anymore. When you're playing modded, it's all of the different things going, all of the entities and the custom stuff that just eats at your single core CPU, because none of that's threaded. So yeah, which is why I play Intel and not AMD, because they're just rated for much better single core performance. AMD are great. They do some great gaming CPUs, but they're never going to beat Intel on just raw performance for stuff like this and video editing. In my own humble opinion. Why do you not create big project with Mr. Beardstone? The thing is, right, Mr. Beardstone's a busy fellow, and so am I, and in order for us to create a big project together, that would mean we'd have to have suddenly some free time that we don't normally have. Both of us full-time YouTubers putting all of our time and effort into making what content we do have. If we had free time, then great, yeah, I'd love to do a big old project with Mr. Beardstone. But time isn't infinite, I'm afraid, and something like that, we're both obviously always going to concentrate on our own channels more than something we're doing together, unless we both decided, oh, you know what, we're going to join a SMP, and then that's going to be the focus of our channels, like we did when we were playing Truly Bedrock. But yeah, as things stand, we're both focusing on our single player worlds, so we don't have time to muck about with each other so much. That said, assuming things go to plan, there may be some things coming up with Mr. Beardstone at some point that we might be able to start seeing at some point, maybe, possibly, in the future. I don't know why my half voice is going high pitch, but it is. What was your job before YouTube? Oh, well, that's a long story. Mainly, I ran food machinery repair and sales businesses. Absolutely nothing to do with Minecraft or gaming. And Lights Lab says, "What? Curious. Do you do any other work on the side?" Sometimes, if it's available to do, if people need me to do things that I can get paid for, then I do. I've got marketplace things going on, which brings in a little bit of extra cash. That's about it, really. Between YouTube, Patreon, Twitch, and the marketplace, that's pretty much my entire income. Most of the time. Wow, it's a big old grey area. But it's fine. It's my big old grey area, so I love it. My favourite big old grey area I ever did make. Coolio, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Throw a few slabs around. Stop these bits looking quite so flat. I think the ceiling's okay. We're never going to really be looking at that anyway. I would consider another set. I know the floors all vary the same. We'll worry about that another time. I just want to get the walls in, and I think that's fine for this one. Bit of rope, bit of fence. Stick some fence in there. Let's have some fence in this bit over here. Make it look like it needs a bit of support. Stick some fences on here. Stick some fences down there, why not? A little bit. One there, maybe. Bit of rope. Gotta have a bit of rope. Bit of rope in the ceilings, why not? Ceiling rope. Everyone loves ceiling rope. It's the best rope. Nope. I need not a slab. Oh, no, I don't like that. There we go. A few lanterns now. Find some bits that's not slabs. That's going to be tricky. That's not a slab. That's not a slab. That's a slab. That's not a slab. Nice. Need to fix those. Hey, we're getting through this today. I think this is going way quicker than normal. Create Astral looks like frustrating mod pack, but it's also probably the series I watched the most. Incredibly amusing. It was no offense to the mod makers, but it's one of those situations where there's a lot of mod packs like this where they'll go, hey, we want to include these mods, but we're also going to tune them in order to make the mod pack more difficult or more interesting, or the more the way we like it. And the problem is, when people make mods, they try and from the get-go try and make them as balanced as possible. And sure, they all come with config and options and things like that, so you can tweak it to suit your game style. But when, at the end of the day, most people putting together mod packs are probably quite young, and they probably don't have the experience of long-term gaming that a lot of people do. And I think they totally over-egg it. They totally go, oh, this will be really fun if we make them spend hours doing that, and we make them spend it, not realizing that people care about their time, and time's precious. And what they did with that one is they just tried to make it as grindy as possible and just make everything super expensive and super complicated. And it was just, for me, it was just a total waste of, like, oh man, we've done this, but now we need to do that. But it wasn't fun. None of the things that they did, they added the grind in, but they didn't add any fun with it. And where the things were already fun, the mods were already fun, and there were mods that we'd use loads of times. So it's like, oh, I should know how to do this mod, but I don't, because they fiddled with it so much. And they take the fun out of the mods. They totally unbalance the whole thing. So yeah, I think Create Astral is an awful mod pack. I genuinely do. I wouldn't recommend anybody play it, because I think if that was your first like introduction to playing a modded game, you'd never want to play another one, because it was just so imbalanced and so awful. And they just managed to make all of the mods that were enjoyable worse, like way worse. So I think if you're interested in making mod packs, or if you're, you know, keen on doing something like that, if you're adding in mods, which you will do to make a mod pack, keep them how they're supposed to be. Don't be like, oh, so I've had quite a few messages as well for the Create Storage mod going, can I add a new config in so that I can limit this because I think it's too OP? I want to make a mod pack, or I want to put it on my server, but I don't want people having access to this, or I don't want to do that. And my response to those, if I ever bother to actually respond, would be, no, this is the way I intend it to be. This is what I consider balanced and fun. You might have a different opinion on that. That's absolutely fine, but this is the way the mod is. If you go starting to change all of those things, you suddenly, not without considering the considerations I've made when putting it together, might make my mod pack not very much, or my mod, sorry, not very much fun. And then it gets a bad name and people won't want to play it, you know? Or people won't want to download it. Not that it makes any difference to me, because I've not made them, I've made them for my benefit, really, for my videos, rather than just for everybody else. But when I think about other people's mods, I've played mods which I've absolutely hated as part of a mod pack, but it actually turns out they're really good mods, you know? And I think people shouldn't do that. I think if you're going to build a mod pack, keep it as the way it was intended by the developers. My main design principle, if you make something harder, more tedious to do, try to make it more rewarding. Yeah, make it more rewarding, and make the way, instead of, you know, don't make anything tedious. Nobody likes tedious. Nobody likes to feel like their time's been wasted. Make it more fun. You can increase the length of time that it takes somebody to do something, but do it in a fun way. Find a way of making it more engaging and more interesting, so people come away from it going, hey, I enjoyed that, I want more of that, rather than going, oh, I'm glad that's over. If someone's response is, I'm glad that's over, what's next? That's bad. They're not going to stick around long. Do you make your own mods? Yes. On occasion. Like for this series in particular, I made a bunch because I moved over to Fabric from Forge, and it just didn't have a bunch of the things that I wanted. But it's not something I've like done regularly. I mean, I've done it for a long time on Bedrock Edition, making add-ons and things like that for Bedrock Edition, because Bedrock Edition was so lacking and so uninteresting to play. But I only did it for this really because yeah, I wanted mods that didn't exist on Fabric. You should add like a geode or something in the wall somewhere in one of the mines, or even just an overgrown patch. Yeah, there's loads of stuff I could do with this to make it really interesting, but the problem is it goes on for absolutely miles. It's not going to get finished anyway by the time I move away from this area. So I just want to finish as much as possible, and the only way I'm going to achieve that is to just keep it simple. If this was like just my world that I wasn't making videos on and I had all the time in the world, I'd probably end up finishing it and adding all sorts of interesting and fun stuff in. But because this world is just for making videos, and the videos being made in this area are going to be stopping very, very soon, in the next couple of episodes, there really isn't any point in me going to town on it. It's not going to make any difference to my series. It's not going to make any difference to the bit like what we were talking about quality a minute ago. It's not going to make a great deal of difference, so there's no point in putting all that extra time in. But it does make fun stream content because I get to chat to you guys while fiddling about on Minecraft. And it's nice and simple, so I don't have to concentrate on it, which means I can actually talk to you. Rather than just being going, what recipe is frogs? Frogs? Yep, frogs. That was where I went with that one. How do you solve storage issue with such mass production? I built a storage mod. That's how I solved the storage issue. That's exactly what I did. So I need storage drawers, but in fabric. So I'm gonna make storage drawers for Create. Make a deployer train, load it with random bits and let it go nuts. Yeah, they just look a mess. I tried stuff like that in my last series going, oh, I could use a train with a deployer thing like this to do that. And it works if you're doing sort of relatively straightforward and interesting tunnels. But here's something. So every single stream, someone normally asks if I could add anything to Create, what would it be? And something I thought about for ages, but always forget when people ask that. I want, when you put a deployer on a contraption, to be able to say only activate every few steps or every few seconds. Because like on my mining machine, if it's got a deployer on it and I put a torch in it, it's going to put a torch every block. But I want to be able to say, no, don't put it every block, put it every 12 blocks or put it every 20 blocks or something like that. That would be great. And that doesn't exist in Create Mod. And I think if they added that, that would be fantastic. So I can't remember how that was relevant to what you just said. Oh, deployers on the side of, yeah, if that functionality existed, I think you could make awesome looking tunnels and things. Let's make an add-on for that, says Scipio. I'm not doing it, you do it. I've run out of time to be fiddling with add-ons. You do it, make sure it's nice and efficient and optimized, and then once it works and it's not crashing and there's no, oh yeah, well it kind of works, but you have to, no, I don't want any of that. It needs to just work, right? Then let me know. There's a super janky way to do it. It's a jank way, though. If it's jank, I'm not interested. Not interested in jank. If there's a cool, proper way to do it, then great. If it involves, oh, yeah, but it kind of, but this, and then if you do, no. No. No thanks, mate. You can keep your janky ideas to yourself. What gives you the drive to make and use trains over large factory and belts? Belts are incredibly laggy. As soon as you end up with a handful of belts in your world, or in the loaded areas, everything starts just running really, really slowly. So I try and minimize my use of belts as much as possible. Trains are fun. Trains are really interesting. I think trains give you options to design them and make them look cool and give them like little, like they've got character. I think some trains, when you design them and you put them together and give it a name, and I don't know, you can't do that with a belt. I just think trains are way more interesting and they solve the lag issue. So that's my reasoning. What about adding moving wheels for vehicles you make with train bogies? I started working on a vehicle mod and it kind of works, but I run out of time to do anything with it, and it turned out it was a much bigger project than I could cope with. So I mean, it kind of works. I would love to show you, but I don't know if I could load it up on stream. But it doesn't have wheels or anything in it yet, but I got like working cars that you could build out of Create stuff, and they could be any size and shape, and you basically just put them together like a contraption and they'll just drive, and they'll like change the angle of momentum with the terrain and all that sort of stuff. So they're kind of cool, but yeah, 100% run out of time to do anything with it, sadly. Which sucks, but it's just the way it is. Awesome, thanks. I've been working with Create for a while, and Saucer just never had a train to transport my items to base after seeing your trains. Have been trying to get into them more. Yeah, they're frustrating at times to get them right and get everything lined up properly and work out exactly how big the storage things need to be. I mean, this has been running for ages now, but it's still not doing things quite right in terms of picking up and dropping off the right thing, but it's good enough. But yeah, I just think there were loads more fun. How's it going, says Auntie Dizzy. Hey, Auntie Dizzy, you've come just in time. I can't believe you've made it just in time, Dizzy. How you doing? Do we get to know what the next area will be? I would love to tell you, but I honestly, at this point, don't know. I think I know where it's going to be, although this area was supposed to be something else, and I changed it last minute. So we will see what the next area is going to be, but things it needs to include. So we've created steam power and sort of very old mining town here, so we need to go a little bit more modern. So like I did with my last series, I want each area to sort of be slightly more modern than the next. Not always. There will be some areas, if I get round to doing them, that live like little hillside villages and stuff, which are just little fishing villages, but I would like to sort of move forward each time. So we might look at diesel, or I might even look at some of the other ways of making electricity or power in Create for the next area. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to be yet, but that's my little plan so far. Let me just pull up my planning document and see what I've got written on that for the next area, because I don't even think I've written that far in there. No. No, I haven't. So, yeah, I suppose ideas on the back of a postcard. No, nothing in there. Have you tried nuclear power from Create New Age? I've got Create New Age. That's way too advanced. I'm going to be doing that. If I do that at all, is going to be in the very last area. So I think nuclear power sounds fun, but I also feel like, and I haven't looked into it, but I got a feeling that the Create New Age peaks have been, oh yeah, we'll happily blow up everything you've built if you build it wrong. And I don't want to see anything in my world that's has a chance of blowing up because I didn't put enough heat reduction things on it and destroying things that I built. If that's the case with Create New Age, it just won't get used. But I don't know if it is, so fingers crossed it's not. But I'm not interested in, hey, look, we've built this amazing little town and it's got all these things, let's put a power station in it, and then it all just gets evaporated. No thanks. Question about your decoration of this mine. I already know the answer before you've even started, but go on. I'll read your question. Specifically with ropes, was there any general use, like a purpose, or are there more means to break the greys up a bit? Yeah, just to add some colour and texture, that's all. That wasn't the question I thought you were going to ask. Thought you were going to say, it's a bit boring, you could add in this, that and the other. It is very boring. It's very grey, monotonous and boring, but it's a broken down old mine shaft with a little mine train running through it. It doesn't need to be any more interesting, and I don't have time to make it any more interesting, and it's not going to be any more interesting. Okay, good. I'm glad we had this talk. You're rude. That's a bit rude, maybe, possibly, sometimes. Will you stop? Oh, you made me break my andesite. Hey, Legend XYZ says, how have you been? It's been a few years, and gifted me $1.99. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It could be a Fallout inspired village. No, well, yeah, if I built it like that, fine. If I designed the town to be broken down like nuclear wasteland, fine. But if I build something that I like and then it gets blown up, I'm not going to be a happy bunny. Thought you were a fox, not a rabbit. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I heard a noise. We got a raid. Whose raid is it? Who did we get a raid from? I don't know who it was. Oh, it's an Azuma raid. Oh, nice. Hey guys, welcome to the game, the chat, the stream, all the other stuff. What's going on? Welcome to the world's most boring looking mineshaft, but it's going to be boring because it's going to be quick because I ain't got time to finish this area. How's everybody doing? How was X's stream? What did he get up to? You're live on Twitch as well? I am. Yep, 100% live on Twitch and YouTube right now. So feel free to watch on the platform of your choice. Don't moan at me for not being live on one of the other ones that you wish I was on, but I'm not. You still play on the servers with Slack Lizards? No, I don't play on Truly Bedrock anymore. Well, at least I haven't done this season. I don't think it's boring, says Silas. It's a bit boring. It's very grey. It's very grey, but it's also very long, and it kind of serves a purpose. But it's coming together. We're getting there. Like, yeah. Let's not look at it. Satisfactory with Hypno and Wells night. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good then. You could add in some ores. Yeah, there's loads of things I could do with it. If I had the time, it would be awesome. But unfortunately, it's one of those things. I'm right at the end of this area that I'm working in, and as a result of that, it's just not going to get finished. It's not going to get finished. So I'm just keeping it as quick and nice and simple as possible so I can try my hardest to get to the bottom, which I don't think I'm going to reach, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Is it a create mod pack? It is, yes. Don't get hit by the train. Well, I can't avoid it unless I stop the train. It just keeps happening. That train just keeps coming for me every time it goes past. I just happen to be stood there. But I'm sure it could be quite entertaining. There's a game that could fit you. Mindustry. I think I played that before. I'm pretty sure I played that. It's a 2D factory building game, right? I'm pretty sure I played that. You look like a cat person, are you? I'm a dog person. I'm allergic to cats, unfortunately. I don't mind cats. I think they're lovely little creatures when they're behaving and they're not trying to rinse you for all you're worth. But no, I'm definitely 100% a dog person. Because I'm not allergic to dogs and I am allergic to cats. Love Stardew Valley music. Is this Stardew? I don't think it's kind of similar, I guess, but I don't think it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's right. Tower Defense mining game. Yes, I have played that. That was a long time. In fact, I think I played that because X was streaming it quite a while back, and I was like, oh, that looks fun. I'm going to play it. So there we go. It's come full circle somehow, maybe, possibly. First time getting noticed in any chat stream. Thanks, this cat in a sock. You're very welcome. But I said maybe because you go around telling everyone they look like cat people. And they might take it the wrong way. I don't look like a cat. I thought this was music from when you're in the mine. It does sound very similar, actually, thinking about it, but I don't think it is. Unless someone's ripped that off and stuck it on Epidemic Sound. How dark is the mine with normal lighting? At the moment, it's pretty... I think it's okay. We'll find out. Hang on. If I can get it on 100, there we go. That's very dark now that I've just dug that out. But this isn't too bad. We've got plenty of lanterns around it. Thank you, Train, for helping me go around the corner. Cats are the best, just saying, says Mitz Cats. Meh. Each to their own. We all, you know, if you like animals that just don't give you any respect at all and just want to take everything that you're worth and give nothing back, then yeah, cats are great. Maybe that's just my experience with cats. We used to, when I was growing up, we had cats, and we had one called Iggy, and I didn't like that cat because it didn't like me. So when I was only little, so maybe like between the ages of 4 and 7, and every morning to go to school we had to go out the back door, and the cat used to wait on the chair next to the kitchen table, and I would have to like slide past, trying my hardest not to go close enough to the cat for it to just, because every time it would just swipe out from between the back of the chair holes and try and get me every single day. And it was awful. I was terrified of that cat. We had another cat called Smithy, which she was lovely, but she just used to dribble on you constantly. As soon as like she sat on your knee, she'd just start dribbling, which was really annoying because everything just got really wet. But yeah, not the best experience with cats, I guess. Hey, thanks for the bits, Sussy. Says Foxy, I really want to know if add-ons in the marketplace are also compatible as a resource texture packs. For example, the Clarity add-on is compatible just as a resource pack, but the Markers one is not. Could you either fix it or make a separate version? I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I didn't think that was the thing I was allowed to do. If that is the thing I was allowed to do, then great. But then I don't think they would allow that add-on to be on the marketplace because I think they'd deem it too simple. Because it is very simple. I mean, I only just got away with it going on there anyway because I had to have an argument with them about it. Never knew a cat could play basketball. It was evil. Horrible cat. I was sad when it died because it was family cat and we'd had it for years. I mean, I think it lasted until I was about 18 before it gave up the ghost. And I buried it because I felt some sort of weird connection to it because of our tainted history. And then like even as I was burying it, it gave me one of the worst allergic reactions of my life. So it got its like last little claws in, if you like, right at the end as well. So I'll never forget that cat, ever. As long as I live, that cat will be ingrained in my mind. There's no more channel memberships. What do you mean there's no more channel memberships? I can't believe everybody's got one. I don't know how it works on YouTube, so I can't help you with that. Cats also have to choose you as their person sometimes for them to be nice. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Yeah, 100% I agree with that. Oh, will you? You're making me place things in the wrong place. Where did I put that block then? No idea where that one went. Oh well, it's fine. Could be worse. Thanks for answering. You're very welcome. That cat would never let you forget it, even if you tried. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Even at the very end, even after it was a corpse. It was like, aha. Fortunately, though, it hasn't haunted me. So, you know, I thought that might be a thing. I was a little bit concerned that it would be, you know, coming into my house as a ghost and just being an annoying ghost cat butthole. But no, it hasn't done that. So credit where credit's due. It knew where the limits were, which is nice. Well, I'm a hop. Thanks again for answering that question and being a generally nice person with honest answers. Good night. You untailed fox, and good night, chat. See you later, Silas. Thank you very much for popping in. Appreciate it. Hey, Foxy says, Nooking, hello. How you doing? What's going on? Oh, man. This is all it's just so... Ah, stop it. So many things to put blocks in. Imagine having to call an exorcist because a ghost cat's knocking things off your shelves. More just like rubbing its tail across my face while I was asleep and making me sneeze was my worry. You know, that's what I thought it'd be up to. Haha! He's got a busy day at work tomorrow. He's got a meeting in London. He's got to get up early. I'm just going to make sure he has the worst night's sleep. That's the sort of thing I would expect that cat to have done. But it didn't. It left me alone. Thankfully. Have I got anywhere to put some there? Let's chuck some in there. That's fine. And a little bit of rope in the ceiling, I think, might just help things out a little bit here. Let's see if we can get some long danglers. Why not? We've got plenty of roof height here. That's a slab. That's not going to work. Unless we make it not a slab. Then it'll work. Got to have a nice long dangler. Yeah. That's not too much, I don't think. That's fine. Just stick a bit of torchy lanterny stuff down here and make it a bit brighter. We're not worrying about the floor right now. The floor's very samey. I will maybe, possibly at some point go along and sort that out. But for now, I think it's just going to stay as is. Late fee, sir, says Auntie Dizzy. Oh, Dizzy, you don't have to worry about the late fee. It's all good. How's patron server going? Lots of activity. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, how it's going. I'm no longer really in charge of all of that. I've got peeps these days, peeps. They deal with all that stuff, so I don't have to until there's a problem, and then I have to. But most of the time, there isn't a problem, so it's generally all right. But yeah, Anti-Dizzy, Mitts, Roth, Rotated Outface, Pickles. Who else have I missing there? There, Dizzy. Mitts, who have I forgotten to say thank you to? How are you watching your stream at work? Are you watching your stream at work? Why would I be what? Huh? Pardon? I'm doing my stream, I'm not watching it. I'm confused. What kind of dogs do you like, says Cat in a Sock? Oh, you're back with your cat and your dog questions. Right, okay. If you're going to ask these cat and dog questions, I'm going to answer them. I prefer bigger dogs. Smaller dogs are fine, but I find smaller dogs are generally quite yappy and annoying. Not all of them. There are some nice dogs that are small. But yeah, I prefer bigger dogs. I like a Labrador. Who doesn't like a Labrador? Probably the best dog in the world, a Labrador. I like St. Bernards, are great. They're really cool. We had one of those when I was growing up. He was brilliant. Although he was terrified of everything. Like, he was terrified of his own bowl. He was terrified of his shadow. He kept trying to hide, we had a wine rack at home, because we was old school back in the day. And he kept trying to hide in the wine rack when other dogs came round to the house, like family members' dogs and things like that. He was... And he'd occasionally would get a phone call from the neighbour because he got really hot during the summer. We just get this phone call from the neighbour going, there's a giant dog in my pond, and we'd look over the fence and, oh yeah, he'd gone in the neighbour's pond. So that was fun. Hey, it's Loy's raiding and Pix is raiding as well. We're getting the raids today, peeps. Hey, Loy, hey Pix, thank you very much for the raids. How you doing, guys? What's going on? What's happening? Thank you for picking me. Was there no one else streaming? Is that the... Was I last dibs? I don't mind if I was last dibs. What's happening? The sentence was missing some commas, there's lights. Was that my sentence I just said out loud, or were you referring to something in the chat? More faces, Mitts. Nah. Why have more faith when I could self-deprecate and you know, make myself feel better? It's kind of weird how, I don't know, I guess it does make me feel a little bit better self-deprecating for some reason. I don't know why. I'm a bit of a weirdo, we know that. Bit of an odd thing, but there you go. Oh, it was a sentence in the chat. Okay, fair enough. I'll let you off then. I caught a stream, says Lady Rager. Welcome and hello, and thank you for catching my stream. How are you doing? What's going on? What's new? Oat or note, as they say. Who says that? I do sometimes. Quite regularly, actually. Probably not many other people, if I'm being honest. And yes, it's weird that I use they to talk about myself in the first person. There you go. Why not? What's happening, peeps? Chat's gone very quiet. Have you all gone off for tea? You all disappeared. Are you and Beardy? Oh, you and Beardy have helped me a lot with Understanding Create. I thank you for this. You're very welcome. Just life and work and overtime being stupid, says Lazy Ranger. Thank you, Mighty Mo, for just spamming chat. I appreciate that. I've made it move a bit. It's good. I'm programming, says Skippy. What are you programming? What are you programming? I need to know now. What are you making? Sounds interesting. Let's stick a bit of fence behind this bit over here. Why not? Throw some in there. Ah! Whoa, I was close. I saw you coming that time. No, there's one right there. Don't need that one. There. No. Oh, they're all things. The mod you suggested. Oh, you really? Okay. Did you fall asleep on the keyboard, says Mitz. Figure I should let the other speaks too, says Labs. It's the royal day, says Robert. Yes, that's quite right. I use they for myself too, says Richard. Okay, fair enough. I'm not the only weirdo then. That's good. Right. A bit of rope. You can't beat a bit of rope. Bit of rope? Bit of rope? No, that's too much rope. Getting carried away with rope now. There we go. No, that's a slab. Can't do it there. That's on a stair. That's weird. I'll have a bit there. That'll do. I think that's all. That's all right. We've done loads today. We've really got somewhere. We're only an hour and a half in. I've been smashing it today, folks. I'll get you in on that programming talk. Currently building a bot that automates the manual process. Build a lot of these. Ah, okay, fair enough. So obviously last week, peeps, speaking of Minecraft, seeing as I were playing Minecraft, last week we got a post by Mojang about the future of Minecraft. I'm assuming everybody's familiar with that. Are we past the point of caring about discussing that, or is that something that we feel like that we should discuss? Because I had strong feelings about that no one I watched that covered it seemed to either pick up on or maybe feel the same as. And it's the sort of thing I would have gone into great depths of in my podcast previously, which no longer exists. So I didn't know whether you guys fancied a chat about it on stream, but in order to do that, I'd probably have to bring up the article to read it again because I can't really remember it. I just remember having very strong feelings about it. Discuss, says Redash. Did notice that the mob vote was dead. That made me very happy. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Are you going to be watching Minecraft Live this weekend? I think I'd struggle to watch it this weekend because isn't it on like the 28th? Or have I got the dates wrong? I thought there was like 10 days away. I thought it was next weekend. But yes, I will watch it and then moan about how awful it is as I do every year. Haven't heard about it. Have a strong feeling about how they handle updates as well, says Light Dabs. Why don't you do the podcast? I didn't know about it. Because very much in the sentiment of talking about this thing, my general feelings were just getting very negative about Minecraft and Mojang and the whole development process, and I just felt it was a bit of a unhealthy thing to carry on. I know I'm happy to have open discussions and discuss things with people, but I didn't really want to be like the bringer of bad news, or I didn't want to be promoting negativity around the game that I enjoy playing so much, you know? And there was very often very little nice things to say about it at the time, and it's been quiet for a bit, but then this comes out and I got strong vibes from it, which I'm not happy with. I just kind of want to talk about, but I also don't if people are already happy with their feelings on it, because I don't want to make anyone else feel bad. Well, change up your subject. It don't always have to be Minecraft. It was called the Minecraft Update Podcast, which then changed to the Block Update because of, copyright reasons. So it was very difficult to change the subject up, but yeah, could do a podcast or something else if I had the time. But I don't really think me and Slack had a great deal of other things in common in terms of gaming or other life things, so probably wouldn't really have worked. I think it was Minecraft or nothing really. You could add one feature to create. What would it be? Ah, right, okay. I've said this today. It would be giving deployers the ability to, if they're on a contraption, for instance, like on the train that's going past, instead of activating every single step, being able to say only activate every X number of blocks or X number of rotations, so that you could put something on that was placed, instead of being placed every block, it was placed every 5 blocks or 10 blocks or 20 blocks or something. And then you could use deployers on contraptions to create really cool patterns and interesting things, or just place torches in a more uniform way that wasn't every block. That's what I want. This will be controversial, but I wish they got rid of public testing and just give me footage updates and let me be excited about the update actually comes out, instead of already being saturated with it, says Lights Lab. Foxy, I think your content is great. I've been trying to work on my building skills because you and Mr. Beardstone. I wanted to say thank you. Oh, well, thank you for saying thank you. Played vanilla for years, found it hard to be motivated to keep playing. Create and modding has made me love playing again. Yeah, same, Lettuce. That would make mining machines so much better. I know, Wilgie, it would. What were your thoughts on Mojang News? I never keep up with it. So, okay, I'll tell you what then, because I'm pretty much fed up of placing all these blocks in here. Let me go back to the top. I've run out of a bunch as well. And I'll pull up the document and we'll talk about it. I don't know if I don't think I'll be able to show you the document because I haven't got it wired into OBS, but I'll read it. And yeah, we'll do that. Let me see if I can find it. The Future of Minecraft, it was called. There we go. Top result. So basically, it came out last week or the week before, and it's a document that says the future of Minecraft development, looking ahead at what's to come. And it's by Ryan Cooper, who I'm not sure who Ryan Cooper is, but I'm assuming they're probably a new head of department or something at Mojang. No idea. And it says, this year we celebrated Minecraft's 15th birthday. We've spent 15 years mining, crafting and surviving together, but we also spent the last 15 years evolving the cave game of 2009 into Minecraft you play today. From the addition of jungle biomes in 2012 to the trial chambers in 2024, each free, note that word, update has expanded our game's blocky universe a little further. And you, our treasured community, have been with us every step of the way. Together we've crafted a game that has stood the test of time as we look towards our 16th birthday and beyond. We're here to talk about the future of Minecraft development and how we're working to bring you new features more regularly, the changes we're making to Minecraft Live and more. And then there's a heading, more regular feature drops. We know that you want new Minecraft content more often, which is why we're changing our feature development rhythm. Instead of providing one free update during the summer, as we've done in the past, we'll now be releasing a number of free game drops throughout the year. These game drops will vary in size and bring you features to explore more frequently. And it goes on and on and on. So in the first 3 paragraphs, there's 3 uses of the word free, which to me are totally unnecessary unless there's meaning behind them. So my first thought is, okay, they're sick of people moaning about the game's development and they just wanting to put out there, hey, look, we're still doing this for free. You bought the game in 2009 and you're still getting all of this free stuff. And that's probably what they're meaning by it. But at the same time, I'm also thinking they're going, well, it's been free all this time, and yes, we're going to do regular free feature jobs for free, but we're also now going to be focusing on DLC that's paid for, because that makes sense from a business point of view. And don't forget, Mojang is a business that's owned by Microsoft. Microsoft want to make money. Microsoft is currently cutting massive amounts of workforce in the gaming sector. Xbox is losing loads of things. Xbox is apparently stopping developing hardware. There's basically the whole gaming industry is in turmoil as studios all over the world are shutting down and losing people, and Microsoft are no stranger to that as well. So you can sit behind, oh, Microsoft have got billions. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Every single little cog, wheel in their cogs or whatever it's called, matters. So obviously that's why the focus has been on the marketplace so much for Mojang and Microsoft over the years, in order to bring in an income to keep the Mojang development team paid for, and also keep the game fresh and keep it out there and generate cash, which I think it is doing. But as I'm sure most of us would agree, the last few years of sporadic, random, partially finished, not quite full feature updates has been a little bit lackluster, to say the least. And I think there's nobody's out there going, hey, Minecraft's doing really well. You know, I think everybody's on the thought of, oh, it's probably on a bit of a decline at this point. And especially with the movie trailer that came out the other day, I don't think that's helping things much in terms of the spirit of Minecraft. So I think for a long time, we know they wanted to get rid of Java Edition, but then they said they wouldn't. And I think that's still something they'd absolutely love to do. And looking through the history of what developers have said and tweets they've made. I remember King B-Dogs talking about the fact that he was working on some of the Bedrock Edition stuff. Now, he's a Java Edition developer that came in from working on Java mods. If they've got a big studio, why does he need to be working on Bedrock Edition stuff? And the idea was that, well, okay, if we've got the same developers developing the same thing on Bedrock and Java, we're going to have parity. But in my mind, okay, well, if he can do it on Bedrock Edition, we don't need him working on Java. We can get rid of Java Edition, which I think would kill Minecraft. And I think Mojang know that, but I don't think Microsoft understand that. So I think talks obviously go on in the background between the two companies. And I think a compromise has probably been made where they've gone, okay, well, we need to monetize Java Edition in order. If you want to keep developing that version of the game, you need a way of making money from it, because at the moment there's no money. So realms exist, obviously, but I've got this feeling that instead of massive feature drops every year, or big feature drops every year like we've been getting, with them saying they're now going to do more regular feature drops that are spread across the year rather than focusing on one big thing, I think there still is going to be a big thing focus, but I think that's probably going to be paid for. That's where my gut's telling me anyway. And it makes sense. But then that kind of throws the whole everybody playing the same game thing out of the window. And that's a really tricky thing to navigate. Now, I'm going to finish talking now and read some chat to see what people are saying based on what I've just said. You should build the bird a bigger cage. And they're going to make it subscription based. That would be a way to go. And I have thought about that. Would Minecraft work as a live service game? And considering all of the games companies are still obsessed with live service games, even though the last couple of years has proved how unsuccessful they are, unless they just happen to hit it, which has been like 1 in 10 games that are live service games actually end up taking off and making decent money. Like the other day, what was it called? Concord came out. It was shut down within 2 weeks of releasing Concord. Massive game. Took them 10 years to build, or 5 years, or whatever it was. And they shut the servers down within 2 weeks because no one cared. Because live service, everyone's already got their favorite live service game. No one's got time for another one, especially if it's the same thing going on. But Minecraft might stand a chance in the live service industry because it's already got a huge fan base. It's already got a huge bunch of people. And for me personally, if they said, okay, the updates now are going to be you'll have to pay for a battle pass or whatever it is, a season pass, £15 a year for the update, yeah, why not? I'd pay it 100%. I would pay that. And I know a lot of people would, and I don't think that's a lot of money to ask for continual updates in the game personally, but I know a lot of people won't want that because we've been so used to having things for free. Legion says, Informers is very helpful. Thanks, Foxy. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I don't know. This is just what I'm thinking from a business point of view. To be honest, Microsoft doesn't need to make hardware anymore because they pretty much own the PC scene with Windows, says Richard. Yeah, I think they realise that there's a lot more money in getting their games onto other platforms and getting Game Pass onto as many platforms as possible, and then actually bothering with Xbox hardware, which doesn't leave us in a very good position where Sony already proving the PS5 Pro £700 for the PS5 Pro that really doesn't offer a great deal in terms of an upgrade over the current version, which is still the same price as it was when it came out. Just shows you that without competition, they'll just put whatever price they want on something, and they're already playing that game, and Xbox haven't even officially announced that they're out of the hardware game. So it'll be more like Dungeons development, says Light Labs. Well, I don't mind that because I love Dungeons and I loved getting all of the DLC for that, so I'll be happy with that. I just feel the danger of this is not necessarily the financial issue, it's the Minecraft's always been great because when you're watching it on YouTube or when you're watching someone else play it, unless they're playing modded or maybe they're on Java and you're on Bedrock, but generally speaking, you're playing the same game, you understand it, you've got the same features and you can replicate it. And I think that's why why Minecraft's still the #1 stream game, why it's still so huge in terms of YouTube. I went to the YouTube gaming event in London, hosted by YouTube, a couple of weeks ago, and all they talked about was Minecraft, because how big Minecraft is for YouTube in terms of revenue and in terms of that. And it's a dangerous thing to fiddle with how popular Minecraft is in terms of content creation. And I'm not just saying that as a content creator, I'm saying that as for the game's point of view, because if you rock that boat, you suddenly lose all the hype you've got for it, and it is then solely focused on nostalgia and new players, which you're not going to get new players if you've not got a social media presence. I'm only catching the end of this conversation. So many have missed something, but in the blog post they did clarify that drops would be free. Yes, they did. Yeah, it definitely says there are more regular free feature drops, but my issue is they keep mentioning the word free. So like I said at the beginning of this, that's either because they're sick and tired of people saying how awful Minecraft development is and how slow it is, considering they've been doing it for free since 2009 and all you ever paid was £15 for the game in the first place, or it's because they're planning paid updates and paid features alongside the free regular drops, which is what I think is more likely. They did a boo-boo when they combined Java and Bedrock instead of bundling them. Yeah, maybe, possibly. I think they would do anything to move people over to Bedrock Edition, and I think that's all that was to go, hey, look, you've got it for free, play that instead so we can get rid of Java Edition, and you can buy things from the marketplace. Subbase is understandable, but I would absolutely never play it again. Yeah, well, that's the sad thing to say, because if you enjoy the game, and then you should want to support the people that are making it, and not many people are buying Minecraft as a new game these days, and if they are, it's probably on mobile, which is much cheaper anyway. So you've had so much playtime out of it, and so like we're paying $70 a game or £70 a game for a new PlayStation game, and I'm in the small camp of people that think that's too cheap. I think it's not expensive enough, and that might sound crazy, but at the end of the day, if you're getting like 50 or 60 hours out of a game, I think $1 an hour for that game is worth it. You wouldn't get that at the cinema. You wouldn't get that on a DVD or a rental of some kind. I think it's really good value for money. A short game, fair enough. If it's a short game, it needs to be cheaper. But if you're getting 50 or 60 hours out of a game and it costs $60 or $70, I'm fine with that. I think that's cheap. If anything, I would pay more. And for Minecraft, most of us are getting thousands of hours out of it. So I think I paid £15 for it when I bought it, and I think it's still the same price now. Maybe it's more expensive on console. I don't know, because I've got to share the revenue. But at the end of the day, that's all they've had out of me for my copy of the game and I bought it in 2009. It's crazy. Or whenever I bought it when it was version 1. Honestly, the main takeaway from the 3 major video game companies being greedy, Playmore, Balatro, I don't think they're being greedy. I don't think video game companies, none of them are being greedy, because games cost so much to make and the games are so cheap. I don't think any of them being greedy at all, apart from PlayStation on the cost of their consoles. But then the consoles still, they're a loss leader. So PlayStation's and Xbox hardware, the reason Xbox don't want to make hardware anymore is because they don't make money on consoles. PlayStation lose money on every PlayStation they sell because it costs more to manufacture than it does to sell, and it's the only reason they sell them as a loss leader is to get you into their ecosystem, so you buy their games, and that's why their games are more expensive, so they make their money on games. And don't forget that Sony and Microsoft take probably a 30% cut on those games, so that $70 that you're paying for a game, a bunch of that's going to Sony, only the other bit's going to the developer. So yeah, I don't think it's... I think it's about 20 now, says Grey Delirium. EA are greedy, says Mystical. Yeah, well, I think if your business is to make money, you're going to make money and if people are willing to spend money, then you price it for what people are prepared to pay. I think that's just sensible business practice. I think you could call it greedy, but why should they give it away for less than it's worth? And it's only worth what people are prepared to pay for it. And if people are prepared to pay a lot for it, then it's worth more. Would have been happy paying for both separately, says Goose. Question, where do I get your merch at? I'm hopefully at some point launching a new store, although I've got a whole bunch of work to do on that. But at the moment, there should be links in my description, or if not on my Discord. But I'm on Spreadshirt. I don't think there's an easy URL for it. 300 million times 15. Yeah, but over like 15 years of thousands of employees, marketing costs, all of the money that they spend on all of the, the marketing each year probably costs about 300 million, if not more. Lady Ranger says, I'm fine paying £70 for a game if there was a guarantee it'd actually get to the programmers and artists instead of the board members. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Big fan Foxy, please notice me, says Superstar. You've been noticed. And Microsoft owned a bunch of the studios anyway. Yeah, that was a big mistake, buying all of those studios and then shutting them down. I bet they're regretting that now. But I won't say any more than I'm going to get too political, says Dr. Richard. When will the next video be out? Hopefully on Sunday. I didn't see it on your description. I'll check the Discord later, says Redash. Okay, thank you. I feel more comfortable paying more for new games if they didn't often release with tons of bugs. Yeah. 100% Alien Doctor. Yeah. And if we were prepared to pay more for games, then they probably wouldn't, because they'd probably be more comfortable with the fact that they'd have longer to develop them. But the reason they get released early is because of that desperation from the publisher to get them out to make their money back. Because don't forget, they're not just sat on tons of money. They get lent that money to play the game, and that money has to be paid back. And they promise that money when they think how long it's going to take the game. Well, we think it'll take this long. Inevitably, it's going to take longer. And then they're getting hounded by all of their investors and the board members going, hey, we want our money now. So they got to launch the game. And unfortunately, there's been a really bad precedent set since the inception of internet, or internet on our consoles, that actually we can fix it later, so let's get it out, pay our board members off, and then we'll fix it later, which then inevitably leads to lackluster reviews, less money for the games, and less money than they would have made in the first place. Let's say it this way, if Microsoft tries to squeeze money out of Minecraft, they're going to have a bad time. I don't think they will. I think as avid, we clearly care about it a lot, right? And we're obviously not the key demographic. We're obviously a lot older than the younger people that are playing this and buying it on their phones and playing it at school. But then I would personally say that anybody that spends money on microtransactions for skins and items in games is totally off their minds. But they do. Millions do, which is why those games exist. And that's just because I don't see any value to it. Doesn't mean other people don't. And as I've already said, I'd be the first in line to go, hey, Microsoft, take my money. I want this game to keep coming out with good updates. I want to keep playing it. I want it to stay alive. Yeah, take my money. Take £15 a year. Take 30. I don't care. Just keep giving me Minecraft. I can't stand that I would still play it if it was stuck in 1.12. Yeah, I don't think we would, though. I think if we were stuck all those updates ago and it had never been updated, the hype would have died off, and we wouldn't. But we do. I think we play it more because everybody does, because there is a community around it. I think if that community wasn't there would be very few people actually bother playing Minecraft. I've enjoyed BG3, Astrobot Balatro, V-Rising, Elden Ring and DLC and more this year, and that's just a very small selection, says Richard. See, I generally buy DLC but never play it. I never play DLC for any of the games. I got it on, I really enjoyed two games I played and finished recently were the PlayStation exclusive Horizon series. I'd never played it before. I decided to buy them a couple of months ago. Played through them both. Absolutely loved them. Got the DLC from both and never played them again. Same with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Loved that. Absolutely loved it. Bought the DLC. Never played it. And I'll probably do it with Star Wars Outlaws as well, because I absolutely adore that game. And I'll get the DLC and I won't play it. Not because I don't want to, because I think, oh yeah, I'll get back into that, and then I don't. If they wanted to make profit for Minecraft Java, they could make maps, resource pack, skins and shaders on Java and sell. Yeah, kind of like the marketplace. That would be cool. What I think they should do, if that was me, I would be looking at that, how big the modding scene is and how big the add-on scene is for the Minecraft Marketplace and Bedrock. And I'd go, right, okay, let's partner with well-known mod creators like Feed the Beast, the Create guys, and people that have made long-lasting good mods for a long time. Hey, Groovers raiding. Hey, how you doing, guys? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I would partner with those and I'd be like, right, we want to make your mods official, but they have to fit in with these rules. You can be creative as long as it's within the Minecraft guidelines. We will host them through Realms and through the dashboard on Minecraft, and we want a percentage of the sales like they do at the moment. That's what I would be doing if I was Minecraft. I would be looking out, I'd be reaching out to the people that make, because mod makers, they just do it off their own time. They do it for out of the goodness of their hearts. If they were getting paid for it, we'd get much better quality mods. It'd be fantastic. I mean, if you look at the Marketplace add-ons, which come out there, they're way better than any of the add-ons that, you know, I've ever made or that you would download from like one of the add-on websites. They're amazing. Some of them are junk. Don't get me wrong, but some are so creative and do things that we would have never dreamt of. And the reason they do that is because the people that are making them are getting paid for them, so they're putting the quality in. I would never play Java again, says Mystical Maid. With the middle community, Mojang has the opportunity to make the most money and also solve one of modding's own problems. They could make their own paid mod loader. Exactly. Yeah. Make multiplayer modded Minecraft easier. So many people would play, my friends included. Yeah, I totally think that is a way forward for them. I think that would be a wonderful idea, but it's also a risky strategy because then they're relying on people they don't know, but they're doing that for the marketplace, so I don't really see how it's much different. So there we go. Right, okay, it is time to stick that music back on. We're going to have another 5 minutes of me tidying my inventory, and then unfortunately, Groover Raid guys, it's time for me to do the off. I do 2 hours, and that's all I do. I've had my moan. I've got it out my system. And I want to see, I keep chatting about that, guys, because I want to see what your thoughts are to everything I just said. Whether you think I'm just totally full of rubbish, whether you think there's no way Mojang would ever do that, or whether you think, actually, do you know what, there's some thought gone into that, and you might not be a million miles off. I'd be very interested to know what you think. Oh, I got too much dark oak. Nice. You can never have too much dark oak. In fact, we'll take it out of there. We'll stick all of that. I don't want it in the filter. Put those in there. Glad I caught the end of it at least, says Skep. Hey Groover, hoy, time's a raid and run. Good to see you streaming, mates. Oh, he's already run. He's gone. Sorry, Groove. I didn't see that until too late. Oopsie. Quality, not quantity, Skep, says Anti-Dizzy. It's my first time watching your stream. Keep up the fun content. Love you, says Yuri's Workshop. I will do my best. Always. Well, I say doing my best until I get lazy, and then I don't do my best, and then at some point I'll get like the sparks will be relit, and all of a sudden my content will just be really, really, really good again. And then I'll get complacent and lazy and fed up with that, and then it'll happen again. That's just how it works. I suppose it's the same in any job that anybody does. Jobs can get a little bit tedious at times. Even playing Minecraft, it can get tedious at times. At the moment, though, I'm still very much enjoying it. So, no, don't worry at the moment. I think you are definitely onto something with the subscription. Would be a sensible step forward. Also, partnering with mod creators would definitely be smart, says Bastian. I'm glad you agree. I got banned a few years back on Twitch for some immature thing. Is there a way I can reappeal now, says Foxy Plays. You have to speak to Mit's cats. I'm trying to understand what was said. Is Microsoft going to start charging for Minecraft Java? I don't think so, Green Witch, but we were just speculating what the latest news about the future of Minecraft might mean in between the lines. But I don't think, they certainly haven't announced that. I'm a pessimist when it comes to things like this. I always think the worst, and I always think, what would the people that are just interested in money do? So that's where my head comes from. So I don't know whether I've been right about these things many times in the past. I can't remember, but don't panic. Don't start telling everyone that's happening, because we're just spitballing ideas. I think you made a lot of sense. I'm very curious about the deal between Mojang and Microsoft, what Mojang's options actually are. Can they even go on their own? I don't think they'd be able to buy themselves back out of that contract now. I think they're totally at the behest of Microsoft, but I think they will still be fighting for, like, independence to develop the game the way they want to develop it. Oh yeah, by the way, my 5-year-old son absolutely loves your videos too, says Lady Rangers. Oh, well, that's good. Say hello to him for me. What's up, Fix Roxy? What? What's up with Roxy? Don't know. I got a small question. How come you included Applied Energy 62 and don't really use it? Because, Skep, I start each season at the beginning, and I work my way through the mods with the more technical ones coming later in sort of more advanced areas of the world, in order to make sure that my series lasts more than one video, because if I did everything straight away, it would be kind of boring and nothing to move forward to. And also for people that are seeing all of this for the first time to sort of get their heads around the basics before we get into the complicated stuff. That's all. I'm using your mod pack for a server with a friend. Works great, but I have issues with the FXNT backpack when auto-sorting the upgrades just exit their places. Is there a conflict somewhere? Yeah, it's annoying that. Yeah, auto-sorting's awful for the backpack. I don't know how to fix that. What's your favourite Create Mod add-on? Don't know. Probably Steam and Rails, I would imagine. Well, Copycats Plus is pretty good. By the way, also enjoy your content. Always looking forward to when the next episode is coming. You have a unique style, in my opinion. Keep it up. Thank you very much. It's unfortunate in your previous world that you downloaded Alex's Caves and never got to interact with it. It's a wonderful mod. The reason I didn't interact with it, Richard, is because after in the creative copy of the world sort of flew around to explore it, and there really wasn't anything in it for me in terms of content creation. It was fun to see the biomes and the caves, but it didn't do anything for me. I didn't think the creatures in there were all that interesting. I didn't think the biomes were all that interesting, and it wouldn't have been something that would have aided my videos, so there was no point in doing any videos on it. A nice balance of corporate and creative would be nice. Don't know if that's... And then it stops lettuce. Well, don't know if it's what? Possible. Right, peeps. Thank you all so much for watching. I will try my hardest to be here next week. Probably Wednesday again rather than Thursday. I'll do my best. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, there is a video coming out on Sunday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll do my best. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. No, that's the wrong button.